Hey guys, check it out. This is called the E&E Stampmill. And this was all hand built. All these stones were all hand stacked. That's just insane. Okay, so this is the only photo that I could find for the Eureka and Excelsior stamp mill. And originally it only had a 5 stamp mill, and they eventually upgraded it to a 20 stamp mill. And this was started in 1893. In February is when they filed the patent on the claim, and it was approved in July of 1893. And I couldn't find any information on how much ore or the value of the ore that they processed out of this stamp mill. So yeah, if you guys can find out any information on this mill, please leave it in the comments below, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and back to the video. They got an ore chute coming out right there. Probably several more throughout the wall. And there's some old pipes up there. But they would have processed millions of tons of ore out of this back in its heyday. I think it was operating probably somewhere in the 1860s, maybe early 1900s. But yeah, this is what all the miners and prospectors brought their ore into. We're gonna go up and explore a little bit, get a closer look at everything. So that'll be exciting. We can't take anything because this, I know, looking at the MLRS maps, is all claimed. So we can't take anything, but it's still pretty cool to check out anyway. We got some buckets here from that big thing there. They must have had a conveyor belt system on buckets, because there's a big old cable there. Bunch more plumbing and stuff. I don't know. This must have been an ore chute or water chute. Something. I think they might have hydro powered this, but I'm not certain on that. I don't know how this was operated back in the day, but there's all kinds of metal and debris, some sort of mine cart or bucket of some sort. We're gonna climb up and see what else we can find. Here's an up close look at this chute that comes out of this. Look at that. There's still some stuff up in there too. If it wasn't claimed, I'd be taking a sample of that stuff for sure. Because this is where their pay would have come out of after it went through the mill. Chipmunk. Yeah, this is neat. Check it out, guys. They had tracks right there.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we climbed up if we found an old attic or collapsed attic.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
To build a stamp mill right under your mine.
So they processed some ore out of this thing.
Oh yeah.
Just unbelievable how much quartz is just littering the ground up here.
Yeah, really minerally good looking stuff.
Yeah, very dark. Look at how dark that is. That is almost black. It's so dark. That's pretty crazy.
Uh-huh. We're at the top of it now, pretty much.
Yeah, look at this quartz. This is what they were. This is what they were mining, folks.
Oh, you can smell the freaking
Sulfur.
sulfur and iron.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pungent.
Uh-huh.
There's probably still gold locked up in this thing, but it's gonna stay because we can't take it. I would imagine how this may have went is they went and got dumped in from above. There was probably a stamp mill right here. There's all kinds of crushed ore up here.
There's a fine crush over there.
Yeah. There's the tailings there. So this is what they were processing. All this quartz here. This is what they were hunting for. And they would dump it in from somewhere up here's into a big old hopper, which would have fed it through each section of the stamp mill. And the big ore chute that came out the bottom is where they would have loaded it into trucks and or wagons or wherever, and they would have taken that to the processing plants where they would have got the gold extracted out of the sulfides and anything else. It's pretty neat. I wish I could get some samples. Yeah, it continues all the way to the top. There's metal all the way up, so they probably dumped everything here and it started getting processed down. And yeah, this is just stuff that's fallen out as stuff weathered apart. Or this all could be what they considered low grade, so they threw it. I don't know. Nice looking stuff though.
I'd imagine, being as they had water running through here, they probably had a freaking sluice.
Probably.
They had probably crushed it up here, dumped it into here, and went down into the chute into the sluice box.
Uh-huh.
There's a truck way down there. Tiny little truck. Squish.
Yeah, and each of these holes down here in the bottom of the platform that you can see is where they would have been loaded into wagons and stuff to be taken to the assayer and have it smelted. I don't know what that was used for, but that's pretty cool. Little building standing here. From the old timers up here, there's some modern stuff that's been put in by the landowners that own this stuff now. But that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little hut. There's some big timbers back in there. I'll zoom in on it. Right there, next to that tree, is a big square timber. Probably an adit up there somewhere. Check out the little hawk. He's 10 feet, 5 feet, yeah, about 10 feet away from the road. Sitting there in the tree. That's pretty freaking neat. Hey, little guy. Hey guys, check it out. A couple old wash plants and a couple old trailers next to it. That's pretty freaking cool. I want that.